Hey guys, Yugioh Black Mage here. Here with a deck profile of a deck you will probably not see that often. This is basically a fun deck or a troll deck that I've been creating, and I've been trying my hardest to make this deck as consistent and as, laugh at the word, competitive as I can. It's cool to use a deck like lineups that everybody uses, but on the side, I also like using decks that people don't usually see, because if you use a random deck out of nowhere and they don't know what anything does, you'll have a good advantage over your opponent because you have that mystery factor over them. But yeah, this deck has a lot of setup, it has a lot of pluses, I like that. The only problem with the deck is that it's kind of slow with its setup compared to fast decks like Windups and Zectors and Dino Rabbits, which can go at a very fast pace and control commanding fields within the first 2 to 3 turns. But either way, I still like the deck. It's beaten Windups before, it's beaten Insectors before. I haven't faced Dino Rabbits with it yet. But yeah. So first, I'd like to address the setup monsters of the deck. I might have to split this video into 2 parts because I'm going to be doing a lot of explaining because, like I said, not a lot of people know about the cards. So first off, we have 3 copies of Batteryman Microcell. Now, what this card does is you set it, and its flip effect is you get to special summon a level 4 Lower Batteryman monster, from your deck besides itself. So, that's cool. Fetch a Batteryman. That's awesome. But what really makes this card good, and what makes this card good, it's really an engine of itself, because after it's flip face up, which will always be flip face up when it's attacked, and it's destroyed by balance into the graveyard, which will almost always happen, you get to draw a card. Now, drawing a card might not seem too significant, but if you think about it, this card is a +1. You net a monster on the field to replace itself, and then you draw a card. So in essentialness, it's a floater, and it provides tribute fodder for Batteryman Charger, which is a card that I will explain when I get to it in this video. In order to complement another good set play that I put in this deck, and to provide more tribute fodder, is the Gravekeeper engine, which is 1 Descendant and 3 Spies. Now, it's quite simple. All of you know what the Gravekeeper engine does. It's that spy. They attack into it. Most likely won't be destroyed. Bring out Descendant if it's in the deck. You can use Descendant's effect, tribute a spy, pop a card, and then tribute it for Charger. Or you can just rank 4. I run OCG cards in this deck, so most likely I'll go into like Lavable Chain or Daigusto Emerald or something like that. This combo. This can also create shenanigans with Gen X Ally Birdman, which I will explain when I get to Birdman, obviously. But yeah, good rank 4 engine, tribute fodder. I just like it as an addition in this deck. For more setup, we have 2 cartridges. Basically, Mills Batteryman, if you know the deck, has a lot of shenanigans relating to the graveyard, so it's good to get your Batteryman into the graveyard. I also like it because it becomes a 1900 beater, which can trade blows with Thunder King and other problem cards. And it's also good because you get to draw a card off of it. When you get to draw cards, you gain resources in your hand, and that's always a good thing in my opinion. Card Tripper is very underrated. 3 copies of Card-Cardee. Now, if you don't know what this card does yet, I'll explain. Card-Cardee is a card that's being released in Galactic Overlord, which is the next booster set to be released in the TCG in May. Basically, you cannot special summon this card. It's a level 2 like Ancient attack monster, and you can't special summon the turn you activate this effect. During your main phase 1, during the turn that you normal summon this card, you contribute it to draw 2 cards, but then you enter your end phase immediately afterwards. So basically, you sacrifice your normal summon, your special summons, and your attacking for the turn to draw 2 cards. It's good if you draw this in complete poop otherwise, but it can be kind of clogged. It can just sit there if you already have plays going. So I really don't know about this card. I might replace it with 2 pots and like a Sangan or a Mind Controller or something. But I'm going to keep testing it. It's something that I'm currently testing. I've been testing a lot of things in this deck lately because, like I said, it's a Rouge deck. You don't really know what to run. And now we have the monsters that make our plays after we get this set up. We have 3 Batteryman Dance Party. Yes, I have a lot of proxies for commons, but I haven't really been looking around too hard. Basically what Dance Party does is when you normal summon Dance Party, you can get a Dance Party from your hand or from the graveyard. This also works when he's flip face up. Basically what this card does is help you with easy Xyz summons. So summon AAA, bring back Dance Party, and you can Xyz into, like I said, I use OCG cards. So this is a one-way ticket to Sacred Ptolemus Messier 7, since these are indeed light. You can go into Sacred Omega, which then goes into Sacred Ptolemus. You can't use this effect for a turn, but you have 3 materials on it. In Messier 7, it's a combination of 2 level 6s. You can also use a Sacred Xyz as a material. And basically, once per turn, you can detach and return a card from either player's side of the field or either player's graveyard to the respective owner's hand, which is really good. Yeah, one of them's proxied. Shoot me. 3 Batteryman Charger. Now this is a card that can set up your plays. The reason why I run the Gravekeeper engine and the Microcell engine is it provides functionable tribute summons. Normally you use Microcell to get out a AAA, and this will set up your graveyard for when you have a AAA or a Debris Dragon. And if they don't kill it, you can tribute it off and summon Batteryman Charger. Basically what this does is when it's tribute summon, you can special summon a Batteryman monster from your deck. It is not level 4 or lower, so you can bring the next guy, Batteryman Fuel Cell, out right away. And what Batteryman Fuel Cell does, which I run 3 of, is it's like a foul troll, so you can special summon it when you control 2 or more Batteryman monsters. It's level 6, so it goes into Sacred Ptolemus, Master 7 perfectly. Once per turn, you contribute a Batteryman monster to bounce a card your opponent controls. With Xyz and Synchro monsters running around, this can be a very useful tool. Tribute summoning Charger and special summoning a Fuel Cell from your deck, and then tributing the Charger to bounce a Synchro or Xyz monster. This has gotten me out of several pinches. I've escaped a Scrap Archfiend, I've escaped an Acid Golem, I've escaped a Zen Mains, simply by using Fuel Cell. It's very high utility. I've also had several instances where I tribute for Charger and I have a Fuel Cell in my hand. So I special Fuel Cell and I special another Fuel Cell, swing for 6,900, because this guy gains 300 for each Thunder on the field, including himself. So that would be 3, 6, 900 plus 18 is 27. So this guy can get pretty big. But anyways, after you swing for 6,900, you can go into the Sacred Ptolemus Meister 7, get one of your setup cards back to your hand so you can keep plussing, and then you end, putting your opponent at 1,100 life points in a very high pressure situation. So that's basically the core of the Batteryman engine right there. We have 1 Debris Dragon. It's very good. You can bring back a AAA and Xyz summon with it, or you can bring back a AA and make an instant Black Rose play. It's very, very good in this deck. Also, if necessary, you can hide behind its 2,000 defense and then tribute it in very tight situations. I also run 2 copies of Gen X Ally Birdman. With the deck, it surprisingly creates a lot of shenanigans. Let's just go through and see what shenanigans can be created. First off, the Gravekeeper engine. I told you about this, right? Set Spy, flip Spy, you get a monster. Bounce the Spy for Birdman. Without normal summoning, you have an Arcanite Magician on the field. An Arcanite pops you 2 free cards, and then you can tribute the Arcanite for a Charger. So basically, with the Gravekeeper's engine, this can make Arcanite. And you have a Spy to reuse for a rank 4 as you please. Let's see, what else can you use this with? Oh yes, Batteryman AAA. When you summon a AAA and you retrieve one from the graveyard, you can bounce AAA for Birdman, so you have it reused for next turn. You can Synchro for Gen X Ally Triforce. And basically, when you use a light Synchro material, when you use a light monster as a non-tuner to bring this out, which AAA is, its effect is once per turn, you can special summon a light monster from your graveyard in face down defense, low 4 lore. So you go for that, and then you keep bringing back Micro Cell with his effect. That's just an insanely broken combo. Keep plussing with Micro Cell with this Synchro monster. It's a very good combo. What else? You can do the same thing with the Breed Dragon, obviously. Bounce the Breed Dragon. And you can Ixies with the AA, or you can sync with the AAA. Also, with Charger, you can create an OTK. Summon Charger, bring out Fuel Cell. Now let's go back to that play where you have a Fuel Cell in your hand. So you special the Fuel Cell. But wait, you can bounce Fuel Cell, special Birdman, special Fuel Cell, and get out 8,300 points of damage for an OTK. All else fails, you sync for Stardust or Scrap Dragon. So, because of time issues and that I only have, well, let's try to get this done before the 15-minute mark hits, because I'm at 11 minutes right now. I run 2 AA's. It's good for making rank 3s. Gains 1,000 for each AA. So if I can get 2 AA's out, they're both 2,000 each. But this can clog the hand sometimes, so it's not always the best option to go into necessarily. 2 Industrial Strength. This is a Dark Arm Dragon for the deck. You can remove 2 Batteryman monsters from your graveyard to bring it out, and once per turn you can banish a Batteryman to destroy a monster and a spell or trap on the field. And if you're afraid of Starlight, you can pop your own monster in their spell trap because it doesn't specify, so you can use it like a Scrap Dragon. So yeah, just more utility. It's a boss monster for the deck that you can bring out in a pinch. Just makes the deck less normal summon reliant, which I like. So that's all the monsters, and yeah, it is a lot of monsters. But let's move on to the spells. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. This should be obvious. Staples. 3 copies of Battery Charger. Now, pay 500 life points, bring back a Batteryman from your graveyard. Remember I told you a lot about graveyard shenanigans with Card Trooper, right? Well, you can activate it and bring back a Charger or a Fuel Cell. Or you can bring back a monster to Ixies with. Basically, it allows you to bring back Batteryman. It's like special Fuel Cell, or like tribute summon a Charger, warning it. You can just Battery Charger it back and then swing at them for a good 2,100. Pot of Avarice, because you dump a lot into the graveyard and you need to bring all your resources back. And then Foolish Burial to pitch Micro Cells for Triforce shenanigans, or AAA's for AAA / the Breed Dragon plays. Foolish Burial is always good. Trap lineup is very small. We have Judgment, Double Warning, and double Portable Battery Pack. What Portable Battery Pack does is it's called a Haunted, which is good, right? Except it brings back 2 Batteryman monsters. This just spells Ixies summons, because you can bring back 2 AAA's going to a rank 4. Bring back 2 AA's, swing for 4k, then make a rank 3 like Zen Mains or Levier. Or you can just bring back 2 Fuel Cells and swing for 42, then make a freaking Sacred Talisman Smasher 7. So, again, more graveyard shenanigans. Very good card for the deck. So yeah, this is my Batteryman deck profile. I've been playtesting with this deck for a very long time, and I'm trying my very hardest to make this deck the best that it can possibly be. So if you have any suggestions on any changes that I can make to the deck to make it better, that would be very well appreciated. But until next time, guys, Black Mage out.